Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take one company and really kind of dig in and see what's going on.
Yeah.
So today we are looking at BlackRock, the investment management corporation.
Huge.
Huge is an understatement. And to try to wrap our heads around it, we're going to be looking at analyst forecasts and, of course, company history,
Hmm.
all that good stuff, and some financial data as well to hopefully give you guys a comprehensive view.
Absolutely. And, to kick things off, I think BlackRock's story is quite fascinating.
Yeah.
It all started back in 1988, believe it or not.
Okay.
They started with this focus on risk management, so, kind of a niche area of finance. But by 1992, they were already managing a significant amount of money. We're talking $17 billion in assets.
Wow.
Yeah, and that just goes to show their ability, I think, from the get-go to identify and capitalize on financial opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
There's this interesting story about Blackstone. They were a major stakeholder at the time, and they actually sold their stake in BlackRock pretty early on, which some people call a heroic mistake.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So fast forward to today, BlackRock manages a truly massive amount of money,
Hmm.
$11.5 trillion in assets.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
Hard to even fathom. They're the world's largest asset manager.
Yeah.
And this scale allows them to play a significant role in global markets.
Yeah,
I mean, just think about the influence that they have.
absolutely. They're a behemoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just looking at their financial performance, we could see that they've had really consistent revenue growth over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
In 2023, they reached a revenue of $17.86 billion, which
Right.
is a pretty good indicator of a strong business model.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just revenue growth. It's that consistency over time that's really impressive, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about market share. BlackRock manages the iShares group of ETFs,
Right.
which makes them one of the big three index fund managers, right?
Yep.
Alongside Vanguard and State Street.
Yeah, you got it.
So that's a pretty dominant position to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, think about the ETF market. That's a huge advantage to have that kind of market share.
For sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
So they haven't just been, sitting on their laurels. They've also been actively pursuing growth through acquisitions.
You're right.
In 2024, they acquired Global Infrastructure Partners for $12.5 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, so that really indicates to me a commitment to infrastructure investment, which is a growing area and a lot of people are excited about.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot sector right now, and it makes sense for BlackRock to want to be a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're not just focused on managing existing assets, but also on investing in innovation.
Right, and you can see that in some of their more recent moves.
Yeah.
They launched their Bitcoin ETF in 2024,
Interesting.
which is currently the world's largest Bitcoin fund.
Wow.
So that shows, they're not afraid to dip their toes into the cryptocurrency market.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're also exploring artificial intelligence. They invested $50 million in Pyramid Analytics,
Okay.
an AI and analytics company. So they're really looking at the future of technology and trying to position themselves to benefit from those trends.
Yeah, it seems like they're covering all their bases, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart strategy, in my opinion.
Yeah. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about valuation.
Okay.
Tip Ranks provides a 12-month price target consensus of $1,096.53, which represents a potential 4.86% increase from the current price.
Okay.
Now, of course, these are just forecasts.
Yeah, you always got to take those with a grain of salt.
Exactly. But it does give you a general sense of where the market thinks this stock is headed.
Right. And it's important to look at the range of those analyst targets as well.
Yeah, for sure.
They go from $914 to $1,245.
Wow.
So you can see there's definitely some disagreement, even among the experts, about where the stock is going.
Yeah, but that's to be expected, I guess, with a company as complex as BlackRock.
Yeah. And, they do so much more than just investment management.
Right.
Their Aladdin software is used by so many major financial institutions to manage their own investment portfolios. Oh, wow.
So they're really a key player in the global financial system.
It's true. Yeah.
And then you have their BlackRock Solutions division, which provides risk management services.
Okay.
So their influence just extends so far beyond just managing their own money. They're really impacting economic stability and market trends.
Wow. So another thing that I think is interesting to look at is their involvement in the planned Texas Stock Exchange, or TXSC.
Oh, yeah, that's a really intriguing development.
Right. It aims to be more CEO friendly than the NYSE and NASDAQ.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes things up.
And BlackRock is backing it.
Yeah, they're not just sitting on the sidelines, they're actively trying to reshape the stock exchange landscape.
Yeah, they're playing the long game.
Yeah, they're looking at the future of financial markets and
Right.
trying to position themselves to be a leader in that space.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about their financials, their market share, their acquisitions, their ventures into new technologies.
But now let's get into, the nitty-gritty, the pros and cons of actually owning BlackRock stock.
Yeah, let's weigh those out.
So on the positive side, they have strong financial performance.
Yeah, for sure.
They are a market leader. They have a diverse portfolio. They're investing in innovative ventures.
All good signs for investors.
Absolutely. And they offer dividend payments, which provide a steady stream of income.
Right, for investors looking for that passive income, that's a big plus.
Definitely. Definitely. But, with a company of this size and influence, there are bound to be some drawbacks.
Yeah, there's always another side to the coin, right?
Right. So their size and influence can attract regulatory scrutiny.
Yeah, they're definitely on the radar of regulators.
And their investments, particularly in areas like fossil fuels and companies with questionable human rights records,
Uh-huh.
have drawn some controversy.
Oh, they've definitely been criticized for that.
For sure. And then there's their vocal stance on ESG investing,
Right.
which has actually led to backlash from both ends of the political spectrum.
Yeah, they're kind of caught in the crossfire there.
Exactly. Some argue that their ESG commitments aren't genuine,
Right.
while others criticize their divestment from certain industries.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in.
It is. It's very complex.
For sure.
So it's definitely something that investors need to think carefully about.
Absolutely. You got to weigh those factors and see if it aligns with your values
Wow.
and your investment strategy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot to consider,
It is. It's a complex landscape.
but that's why we're here to try to break it down.
Yeah. Hopefully this deep dive will give people some food for thought and help them make more informed decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you look at their dividend history, BlackRock has a really consistent track record of payments
Yeah.
for over 2 decades.
Wow.
So that's pretty appealing to income-focused investors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consistent dividends are always a big draw for those kinds of investors.
Yeah, they do adjust the payouts, based on performance and market conditions.
Right.
But their commitment to dividends is definitely there.
Yeah. They've shown that over time.
Yeah. And they've also implemented share buybacks,
Huh?
which, can further enhance shareholder value by reducing the number of outstanding shares and potentially increasing earnings per share.
Right. Buybacks can be a good way to return value to shareholders.
So these are all things that, they're doing that show that they're really focused on returning value to investors.
Yeah, they're not just hoarding cash, they're actively trying to benefit their shareholders.
Yeah. But, at the end of the day, the decision to invest in BlackRock, it really comes down to, your individual financial goals,
Right.
your risk tolerance, and frankly, whether their approach aligns with your personal values.
Absolutely. Investing is a personal decision, and you got to make sure it fits with your overall strategy and your beliefs.
Yeah. And, I think one of the things that some investors might be concerned about is just the sheer size and influence of this company.
Yeah, it can be a little intimidating.
Right. It could attract regulatory scrutiny.
Yeah, they're definitely on the radar of regulators.
And there's always that potential for criticism, about their market power.
Right. Some people worry about companies getting too big and having too much influence.
And then there's the whole debate around ESG investing.
Yeah, that's a hot topic these days.
It is, and BlackRock is right in the middle of it.
They're definitely vocal about their ESG commitments.
Yeah, they're advocating for these principles, but then they're also facing criticism for their investments in fossil fuels
Uh-huh.
and companies that are accused of human rights violations.
Yeah, it's a tricky balancing act.
It is, and, Florida, Louisiana, and West Virginia, they've all actually divested funds from BlackRock
Wow.
because of their ESG policies.
Yeah, that shows you how politically charged this issue is.
It does. It's definitely something that investors need to really think about, and consider their own values and how they align with BlackRock's approach.
Right. It's not just about the numbers, it's about your principles as well.
Exactly. So, we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
BlackRock has a lot going for it.
Yeah, they're a powerhouse for sure.
Their financial performance is strong. They're a market leader. They have a diverse portfolio.
Right.
They have a history of innovation.
Uh-huh.
And analyst forecasts suggest that there's potential for growth.
Yeah, the future looks pretty bright for them.
And their dividend payments, offer a steady income stream.
That's a big plus for a lot of investors.
But on the other hand, their size and influence bring scrutiny,
Yeah, they're under a microscope.
and their ESG commitments have sparked a lot of debate.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
It is. So the decision to invest in BlackRock, it's not a simple one.
No, it's not a no-brainer.
It really hinges on individual circumstances and values.
Absolutely. You got to do your due diligence and weigh all the factors.
Right. So let's try to bring this all together
Okay.
and, help you guys figure out if BlackRock is actually a good fit for your portfolio.
So,
So I think the first question you need to ask yourself is how comfortable are you with investing in a company that has this much size and influence?
yeah, that's a big one.
It is. Are you okay with that level of power?
And are you comfortable with their approach to ESG investing,
Right?
even if it doesn't perfectly align with your own views?
Yeah, because it's not black and white.
It's a spectrum.
It is. And then finally, looking at their financial performance, looking at their growth potential,
Mm-hmm.
and considering the risks involved,
Right.
does this align with your individual investment goals and your risk tolerance?
Yeah, those are the key questions to ask yourself.
They are, because investing is about finding the right fit for you.
Exactly. It's not one size fits all.
I think it's pretty clear that BlackRock is a company that operates on a global scale.
Oh, yeah,
And, they're influencing financial markets and shaping investment trends.
for sure.
Their decisions have far-reaching consequences.
Absolutely.
And, their actions are closely watched by investors and regulators alike.
Yeah, they're definitely under the microscope.
Yeah, so their impact extends beyond just managing money, right? They're actively involved in shaping the financial landscape,
Yeah.
through initiatives like the Texas Stock Exchange and their vocal advocacy for ESG investing.
Yeah, they're really trying to put their stamp on the industry.
They are. And that level of influence, I think, brings with it a significant level of responsibility.
Absolutely.
So for potential investors,
Yeah,
it's essential to weigh these factors carefully.
for sure.
BlackRock's financial performance is impressive.
It is.
Their growth potential is undeniable,
Yeah.
but their size and influence can attract scrutiny.
Mm-hmm.
And their ESG commitments have generated a lot of debate.
It's a complex picture.
It is. So ultimately, the decision to invest in BlackRock comes down to individual preferences,
Right.
risk tolerance,
Yeah,
and alignment with personal values.
absolutely.
So we encourage you to do your own research,
Yeah.
carefully consider the pros and cons,
Mm,
and determine if BlackRock actually fits your investment philosophy and your goals.
right. Because at the end of the day, it's your money.
It is.
And you need to be comfortable with where it's going.
Exactly. So, we always say informed investing involves looking beyond the headlines
Yeah,
and really gaining a deeper understanding of the company you're considering.
absolutely.
So we hope that this deep dive into BlackRock has provided you with some valuable insights
Yeah.
to help you with your decision-making process.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So investing is a journey,
It is.
and we're here to guide you along the way.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in exploring other investment opportunities,
Yeah.
or you have specific companies that you'd like us to analyze,
Yeah, definitely let us know.
we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel
Uh-huh.
and leave your requests in the comment section.
We love hearing from you guys.
We do. We appreciate your engagement, and we strive to make these deep dives as relevant and informative as possible.
That's what we're here for.
So thank you for joining us on this exploration of BlackRock,
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
and we look forward to continuing this journey of discovery with you in future episodes.
See you next time.